horse has been one of the most important animals in human history, shaping civilizations and cultures and influencing agriculture, warfare, and transport. Its journey from a small, forest-dwelling creature to a symbol of power, grace, and endurance has been extraordinary. The evolution of the horse spans millions of years, and its domestication, beginning around 5,500 years ago, marked a pivotal moment in human history. The role of horses in society has been multifaceted, from their early use as working animals to their later roles in sports, entertainment, and therapy. The origin of the horse can be traced back to the Eocene epoch around 55 million years ago, when the earliest ancestor of the modern horse, Eohippus, also called Hyracotherium, first appeared. Unlike today's powerful creatures, Eohippus was small, about the size of a dog, standing roughly 30 to 40 centimeters at the shoulder. It lived in dense forests and had 4 toes on its front feet and 3 on its back feet. Eohippus fed primarily on soft, leafy vegetation, ferns, and shrubs. Grasses, which would later become the dominant vegetation, had not yet evolved into a significant part of its diet. Its small size and agility allowed it to dart through undergrowth, avoiding predators and surviving in its environment. As the Miocene epoch began, around 25 million years ago, the world was changing. The dense forests began to recede, and open grasslands took their place. This environmental shift prompted dramatic changes in many species, including the ancestors of the horse. In response to these changes, Mesohippus, a genus that appeared about 40 million years ago, evolved. Slightly larger than Eohippus, Mesohippus stood at about 60 centimeters tall and had long legs that were better suited for running on open plains. Although it still had 3 toes on each foot, Mesohippus was an early precursor to the modern horse, showing signs of the evolutionary trend toward fewer toes. This species was better equipped to cope with the changing climate and landscape, feeding on tougher grasses that were becoming more widespread. The environmental pressure for further adaptation continued, and by around 30 million years ago, the genus Majestic emerged. Standing about 1 meter tall, Majestic was the first ancestor to show clear similarities to modern horses. With longer legs and a more specialized body for running, it was better adapted for grazing on the tough, fibrous grasses that were becoming dominant in the plains. The most notable change was in the development of the middle toe, which became stronger and more prominent, while the side toes began to shrink. This was the precursor to the modern horse's single hoof, and it allowed Majestic to run faster and more efficiently. Around 4.8 million years ago, the genus Equus appeared beard, marking the culmination of the horse's evolutionary development. Several species within this genus, including Equus caballus, modern horse, later spread across continents. These horses were significantly larger, with long, powerful legs and a single large hoof, adapted for running at high speeds. Their teeth were more advanced, able to grind down tougher grasses. They were also more socially organized, living in herds, which provided protection from predators. Equus began to spread beyond North America, where it originated, to Asia and Europe. Over time, various species of equus, including the modern horse, zebra, and donkey, adapted to their environments. The wild ancestors of modern horses flourished in open plains across Asia and Europe, and the domestication process slowly began. Horse domestication took place around 5,500 years ago, primarily in the steppes of Central Asia. The Botai culture, a semi-nomadic people living in what is now Kazakhstan, are some of the earliest known horse breeders. Initially, these domesticated horses were used primarily for their milk rather than for riding or pulling carts. Archaeological evidence strongly suggests the Botai culture used horses for milk, but the full process of domestication likely included gradual use for riding and pack transportation. Over time, however, horses began to be used as pack animals, and their role expanded further as they were used for riding and eventually pulling carts. The complete domestication of the horse, including its use for riding and transport, is thought to have occurred around 2000 BCE. Evidence of early horse riding appears in Sumerian texts, where horses were depicted in daily life as mounts for soldiers and for transportation. The Sumerians are credited with the early use of chariots, large two-wheeled vehicles used in warfare. The chariot revolutionized warfare, enabling armies to move quickly and decisively across the battlefield. Sumerians, Egyptians, Hittites, and Assyrians all adopted chariots, and the technology spread throughout the ancient world, dramatically influencing how wars were fought. In the centuries that followed, the role of the horse in battle expanded. The use of horses in warfare reached its peak during the reign of the Romans. Roman cavalry units played an essential role in reconnaissance and defensive tactics. The Roman cavalry was highly skilled, enabling the legions to maintain mobility and attack swiftly. The use of horses also allowed for quicker movements across vast distances, which was crucial for the Roman Empire's expansion and control over its territories. In addition, Roman equites, a class of Roman citizens, were mounted soldiers who had an important role in the military and social structures of the Roman world. These units were critical in several key Roman victories, demonstrating the strategic importance of horses both battle and the maintenance of empire. By the medieval period, horses had become central not just to war, but to everyday life. Large, powerful horses like the destrier were bred specifically for knights in battle, while smaller, more agile horses like the rouncey were used for other forms of combat. Horses also became a symbol of status. Knights and nobility used them for both battle and leisure activities like jousting. The horse collar, invented during this period, revolutionized agriculture, enabling horses to pull heavier loads more efficiently than oxen. This innovation drastically increased farming productivity and helped support growing populations. By the time of the Renaissance, horses continued to serve agricultural and military purposes, but also became symbols of status, performance, and sport among the elite. Equestrian sports, including dressage and show jumping, became popular pastimes for the European elite. In fact, horses were bred and trained not just for practical purposes, but for performance. Horse racing, a sport with ancient origins, became a major cultural and commercial force in countries like England and France, where the thoroughbred was developed specifically for speed. The thoroughbred became the foundation for modern horse racing, which continues to be a major global sport and economic force today. As we move deeper into the 21st century, horses continue to play significant roles in modern society. Though no longer essential for transportation or agriculture in the way they once were, their impact remains undeniable. Horse racing, for example, has become one of the most popular and lucrative sports in the world. Though thoroughbred racing still takes the spotlight, other disciplines like trotting, endurance riding, and reining have captured the imagination of audiences everywhere. Major events such as the Kentucky Derby and Melbourne Cup attract millions each year, generating billions of dollars in wagering, tourism, and sponsorship deals. These equine sports have evolved into a broad spectrum of competitions, catering to a diverse range of participants, from the elite to the recreational. For example, para-dressage, a form of competitive dressage for riders with disabilities, has gained tremendous momentum since its inclusion in the Paralympic Games. This event highlights the bond between horse and rider, where horses are seen not just as athletes, but as partners in overcoming physical barriers. Riders with disabilities experience newfound freedom and independence, creating a powerful narrative about empowerment and resilience. In addition to sport, horses have also taken on a prominent role in equine therapy, particularly hippotherapy, which uses horseback riding as a form of physical and emotional rehabilitation for people with disabilities. Research has shown that therapeutic riding can significantly improve balance, coordination and muscle strength in individuals with conditions like cerebral palsy, multiple sclerosis, and spinal cord injuries. Beyond the physical benefits, horses have a unique ability to sense human emotions. This emotional resonance makes them especially effective for those with autism spectrum disorder, ASD, or post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. In such settings, horses offer a non-judgmental presence, helping individuals process emotions and build trust. Horses are also a key part of the tourism industry. Equine tourism, such as trail riding and cultural horseback adventures, has seen a notable rise, particularly in regions rich in natural beauty and historical significance. In Mongolia, for instance, tourists can explore the vast steppes on horseback, experiencing a way of life that has remained largely unchanged for centuries. In the United States, Argentina, and several other countries, horseback tours through national parks offer a unique way to connect with nature, allowing visitors to experience landscapes from a completely new perspective. These opportunities not only highlight the beauty of horses, but also strengthen the bond between humans and the land. In urban areas where horses are less common, equestrian centers have emerged to bring the equine experience to city dwellers. These centers offer lessons, horse care programs, and even urban polo. Horses, despite their decreasing role in daily urban life, continue to be seen as symbols of elegance, freedom, and strength. The symbolic power they carry transcends their practical applications, reminding society of a time when horses were integral to civilization's growth. As the world turns its focus to sustainability, the future of horses may lie in their role as eco-friendly alternatives in agricultural and environmental practices. With growing concerns about the climate crisis and ecological responsibility, horses may once again be integrated into farming and land management. In particular, horse-drawn plows and other farm tools may serve as green alternatives to the large, fuel-powered machinery used today. These methods are more sustainable, reducing the carbon footprint of farming while still maintaining productivity. Horses' ability to work without fossil fuels could make them valuable tools in sustainable agriculture. In conservation, horses are also being used in rewilding projects to help restore natural landscapes. In the Netherlands, for example, conic horses are being used to graze on wild grasslands, maintaining the ecosystem and preventing the spread of invasive plants. plant species. Similarly, wild mustangs in the United States are integral to land management efforts. Their grazing habits help maintain biodiversity and prevent the overgrowth of unwanted vegetation. This unique role in conservation underscores the adaptability of horses and their ability to thrive in both controlled environments and natural habitats. Technology has also become a significant player in modern equine care. Wearable tech, such as heart rate monitors, GPS trackers, and smart saddles, is transforming the way horses are trained and managed. These devices help monitor horses' physical conditions in real time, allowing trainers to assess performance, health, and well-being more accurately. The integration of smart technology not only improves care, but also optimizes training, providing a deeper understanding of a horse's health and capabilities. Looking ahead, technological advancements in artificial intelligence, AI, and machine learning are poised to revolutionize horse management. These tools allow for data-driven decisions regarding training, health monitoring, and performance analysis. AI can predict training outcomes, detect potential injuries early, and provide insights into a horse's physical and emotional state. As these technologies continue to evolve, they promise to further enhance the relationship between horses and their human caretakers, ensuring optimal performance and well-being. In popular culture, horses remain central to entertainment. Films like War Horse, Secretariat, and TV shows such as Heartland continue to reinforce the deep emotional connection between horses and humans. These portrayals capture the compassion, loyalty, and resilience that define the horse-human relationship, inspiring new generations to appreciate and care for these remarkable animals. The horse's enduring presence in the arts is a testament to its symbolic significance, as well as its practical importance. Looking to the future, horses will likely continue to play an essential role in various sectors, from sports and therapy to sustainability and conservation. Whether used for recreational purposes, in therapeutic settings, or as part of eco-friendly farming practices, horses remain valuable partners in human society. The horse's role is timeless, adaptable, and integral to the fabric of human civilization. Even as their roles evolve, the bond between horse and human remains a powerful and enduring symbol of companionship, strength, and freedom. As society faces new challenges realms of sustainability and health. The connection between horses and humans will continue to evolve, ensuring that these majestic animals remain a